If I am convincing enough in my argument that old domains matter, then you'll probably want to know where to find them. I personally prefer Cedo and GoDaddy auctions, with Cedo being my overall first pick. However, there are a lot of choices that you can look at. I've tried all of these domain brokers at one time or another and found them to be quite useful. Here's the resource sheet on where you can find all these websites. So I've shared with how great an old domain is. Now let's look at the pros and cons of a new domain. There are some very compelling reasons to start out with a new domain. Obviously, it is much cheaper. In the earlier case study, I shared how I spent $8 on a new domain and $1,500 on an old domain. Next, the domain doesn't come with any baggage. You have, in essence, a domain with a clean slate and no bad history. Finally, it's a lot easier to get a new brandable domain than an old domain. On the flip side, a new domain has no strength, and it's going to take some time to get it to rank for anything significant. Along with no strength, it doesn't have trust, and trust is a lot harder to build than strength. And with a new domain, it is not going to be found in the search engines. Now, all these things can be overcome with time, and just because a domain is old doesn't mean it will have strength, trust, or even be found in the index. Yet when you are looking for an old domain, I suggest looking for exactly these benefits. Before I leave this slide, I want to talk about the Google Sandbox. Google created this digital sandbox many years ago to deal with new domains that don't have trust. Basically, new domains can, but not always, be tagged as a domain that needs to wait before it ranks. Bing has something similar, though as far as I know they haven't named it, nor is it as powerful as Google. Both search engines require validation of your trust, or you will sit on the sidelines for a while. Neither search engine has specified how long. I've seen in Google as long as 6 months. With Bing, the longest I've seen is a month, but normally it's just a week or two. These days, the sandbox isn't much of a concern because all that is needed is a link from a trusted source. And thankfully, there are plenty of social networks out there that provide a link to your website. For my business, we've had hundreds of domains, and probably on a monthly basis, I'm looking for 20 to 30 new domains. To assist me in my endeavors, there are several new domain name generators that I like to use. My all-time favorites are Panabi, Psychic Who Is, and Blunger. With the help of these tools, I can almost always find a domain I like. I've also tried several other tools that are decent as well. I have secured the .com, .net, and .org of the same website in times past. However, over time, I have let go of these domains, and I have found that rarely these make a difference to small businesses such as mine.